for the establishment of Kiana College of Education Technica as a way of bringing education closer to the grassroots. The chairman governing board of the college, Aminu Suleiman, made the commendation during the second inaugural meeting of the council in Kiana, Nasarawa State. Tessie Omeri has the details.
Education remains one of the top priority areas of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu, and this is cutting across all geopolitical zones of the country. The establishment of Kiana College of Education Technical is fulfilling the dreams of the inhabitants of bringing education to their doorsteps. The chairman governing board of the college, Aminu Suleiman, who is also the national coordinator, Tinubu support organizations during the second inaugural council meeting of the college, appreciated Mr. President for the attention given to education. He called on Kiana people to safeguard the college while thanking the member representing Awe Kiana Federal Constituency, Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba, for pushing at the National Assembly for the final actualization of the project.
There's no problem with education. It's one of the biggest priority for Mr. President because without education, nothing is going to happen. So that's why we are here in Kiana. It's a new school which is very difficult to start. But Alhamdulillah, we are making progress. Inshallah, any moment we are going to see the site. I want to commend the provost and our members. We are all cooperating. We are working hand in hand, all of us together. Everybody and the secretary, all of us are working together to make sure that we achieve our Mr. President agenda.
The provost of the college, Dr. Yusuf Abdullahi Oguzebe, promised that all hands will be on deck for the smooth takeoff of the institution. The board members, while inspecting the site for the takeoff of the institution, applauded the effort of the state governor, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, for donating a befitting site for the takeoff. The second inaugural meeting gave opportunity to deliberate on takeoff modalities like recruiting academic and non-academic staff, accommodation, among other critical areas. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has acknowledged that Nigerians will live to testify to the impactful achievements, leadership style, and transformative drive of the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. The president gave this remark during the inauguration of the newly constructed access road to Giri district. Onoze Yakubu reports that the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, represented the president at the event.
Access roads in Giri district, Abuja, officially commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Giri district is one of the regional districts close to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. The district houses many institutions, hence the provision of road infrastructure to open up the area for further development.
Your Excellency, the constructed roads connect the district to the airport expressway at the interchange with Bill Clinton Drive, giving access to the district.
Here we are to fulfill our promise, and we are proud to hand over this infrastructure for its intended purpose.
This project that we are witnessing the commissioning today marks yet another shining example of the administration commitment to infrastructure development, more connectivity, and also inclusive growth.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says the provision of road infrastructure in the district will address cases of land grabbing within the University of Abuja community.
This road has helped us to stop the land grabbing by the university. The university on their own grabbed 11,000 hectares. I said that will not happen. No document, nothing. That's all you see them fencing everywhere. And before you know it, they were going to sell our land. So I've told the Director of Lands and the other relevant agencies to carve out 4,000 hectares and give to the university. The other ones we allocated because we are going to provide the roads here.
President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, lost the FCT Minister developmental strides in changing the landscape of the nation's capital city. describing it as legendary.
Your work speaks for itself. In every corner of the FCT, from the fast-paced districts of Maitama, Jahi, Katampe, Wuye, Mabushi, and the likes, to the satellite towns of Gwagwalada, Kwali, Buari, Uje, and Abaji, and growing districts such as Kabusa, Keti, Shereti, and Nagiri. Your leadership has brought progress closer to the people.
He appealed to the benefiting communities to make the best use of the critical infrastructure being provided. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Moving on, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has flagged off its third round immunization plus days in the Kwali Area Council, with traditional leaders pledging continued support to ensuring children in the rural areas are fully immunized. Aisha Ubali reports that the campaign is part of the ongoing effort at building a healthier, disease-resilient population.
The traditional institution has continued to be deliberate in its support for immunization campaigns across the FCT. The significance of the flag-off ceremony was underscored by the presence of key traditional rulers, the Serkin Jua, Idris Musa, and the Esu of Kwali, Luka Nizanzan, showing strong community backing for the exercise. Following the success of the previous two rounds, which recorded 100% coverage, stakeholders are optimistic that this round will achieve the same result.
When children are properly vaccinated, then we have children with safer future, devoid of terminal illness that can cut them off.
It is our duty to join hands with the health agencies for the interest of our public. See that polio is kicked out.
Mandate Secretary for Health and Environment Services Secretariat, Dr. Adedola Bofashawe, speaking alongside representative of the World Health Organization, emphasizes the administration's plan to collaborate with the private sector. The aim is to strengthen vaccine availability and access within the private healthcare sector.
We, on our part, are determined to crush that index, to crush the indices, and make sure that children dying from preventable diseases will be a thing of the past.
We are supporting the FCT Primary Healthcare Board and the Health Service and Environmental Secretariat to coordinate the implementation of the vaccination campaign in the 6 area councils.
The Immunization Plus Days campaign targets children between the ages of 0 to 59 months. It also comes with incentives for mothers and caregivers, a move designed to encourage full participation as the exercise is scheduled to run from June 26 to July 4 across the FCT. From Kwali Area Council, Aisha Ubali, NTA News.
And as the APC chairmanship primary election in Amak comes to a close, stakeholders in the Federal Capital Territory have expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the exercise. In a bid to promote unity and progress, these stakeholders are calling on all aggrieved individuals to put aside their differences and join hands with the winner, Christopher Mekalangu, for the development of Amak and the FCT at large. Rosemary Mortalembela reports that the stakeholders' appeal underscores the need for collective effort in driving growth and development in the area.
The APC chairmanship primary election in the nation's capital was conducted peacefully, with Christopher Mekalangu emerging as the winner among 6 other contestants. Stakeholders commended Mekalangu on his victory, describing it as well-deserved.
Those who also contested with him, they are not his enemies. They are all supposed to be his friends, and therefore he should ensure that all of them are carried along. He must not allow himself to be cocooned in such a way that he will not be able to identify realities.
I think whatever must have even led to his emergence as the flag bearer was because the guy knows his own union. He knows why he was elected.
They urged FCT residents and aggrieved individuals to support him for the area's development.
He has already done his best in terms of reaching out. So now, even politically, we don't have issue of party. All parties, members of ABGA, PDP, APC, and other parties, they are all with him politically because dividend of democracy has been given to them.
Additionally, they encourage Michael Ngu to build on his achievements and continue working towards the progress of AMAC.
What he has done so far deserves all commendations, and that is why we are behind him. So I want to ask him or urge him to keep up the good work he's doing. We are solidly behind him, and he should be watchful of sycophants.
He should be able to invite all those who contested along with him, visit them, give them a sense of belonging, continue to deliver the good dividends of the democracy, which is he, as a person, is none of that.
As this phase of the process is concluded, attention is shifting to February 2026. Rosemary Mortelen Bilal, NTA News.
And against the backdrop of the recent demonstration against the leadership of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, the National Youth Council of Nigeria, League of Civil Society Groups, and concerned Nigerian students have thrown their support behind the energy sector regulators. This was at the Downstream Petroleum Sector press briefing by the groups in Abuja. Onotu Yakubu reports.
Recently, a couple of interest groups held demonstrations around the headquarters of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, alleging abuse of office and financial impropriety, amongst other claims, against the chief executive of the agency. This joint press briefing by the youth and civil society groups seek to counter what they say is an attempt to politicize the ongoing result-oriented reforms. It called on oversight bodies such as the National Assembly to pursue accountability within the bounds of due process and evidence against vested interests and sentiments.
The agency has also further attracted private sector confidence, leading to increased investment in modular refinery, storage infrastructure, and alternative energy sources. It has also managed market deregulation with responsibility, ensuring the price competition and availability are not compromised while cushioning shocks through policy interventions. This reform did not happen by accident. They were the result of firm leadership and a commitment of doing things differently under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We must not discourage investors, local or international, who are showing renewed interest in Nigeria petroleum sector. Our economy needs their confidence, and their investments must be protected from unnecessary drama and political manipulations.
The group maintained that the regulatory agency is striving to bring stability to the downstream petroleum sector at this critical period of the nation's economic recovery and advised traducers to eschew such smear campaigns.
We're not here to clap for anybody. We're only saying that what is best in the interest of Nigeria should be done. Let the NMDPRA breathe.
They called on the nation's youths to engage in policy discussions, advocacy, and civic participation for a more stable, competitive, and transparent petroleum industry. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And as it is a rainy season and a wet day, the downpour brings more than just cooler temperatures. It leaves behind slippery roads, surfaces, poor visibility, and hidden potholes, increasing the likelihood of accidents on our roads. Drivers are often left to navigate unpredictable conditions that test both their patience and vehicle durability. Howard Gimba reports that road safety officials have continued to advise that drivers should exercise caution while driving and obey traffic regulations.
With the rains come not just showers of blessings, but also heightened need for caution behind the wheel. As roads become silk and visibility wanes, the margin for error narrows dangerously. Motorists are reminded that simple preventive measures such as reducing speed, ensuring wipers and headlights are functional, and maintaining a safe following distance can mean the differences between life and death. We are seeing more incidents during heavy rains because of speed and poor vehicle maintenance. Drivers must take responsibility and stay alert.
One of the major reasons of death in Nigeria today is road crashes. And some of that we hear, given Nigerian roads are not really so good, very bad situation. But most of the time, this accident will be controlled.
It's going to reduce the level of accident on the road. It's going to make the life safer, and all of us will be better for it.
Road safety experts, however, warn that hydroplaning, impaired braking, and hidden potholes are just a few of the dangers that comes with wet roads. Pedestrians too must be vigilant, avoiding road crossing during heavy showers and wearing reflective clothing where possible, while the Federal Road Safety Corps intensifies awareness campaigns and routine patrols. The onus untimely lies with every road user to make wise choices.
We know that in Abuja, people still beat traffic, people still speed, people still do all the things that we know are against the law. So it's important, and we know that there's just not one way by which people can obey themselves.
We need to enlighten the people for them to know, because sometimes what you don't know, you tend to do the opposite.
Speed limit on the danger of overspeeding, overloading, and lack of wearing of seat belts too.
As the raining season intensifies, one message remains clear: whether behind the wheels or on foot, road safety is everyone's responsibility. Drive to stay alive. Hawagimba, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. The news continues shortly.
Drive jeje sake of say life no get photocopy o. Drive jeje na the ogbonge road safety program wey dey show for NTA Channel 5 Abuja to teach country people on how to drive jejely for road. Country people, make una join the only driver wey dey drive for television, Odiriyogboru Arutere, for Drive Jeje every Friday 11:30 a.m. for NTA Channel 5 Abuja. For sponsorship and advert, green us with 08035368023 plus 09055552223. Drive jeje because life na jeje.
Thanks for staying tuned. We the Youth, a non-governmental organization, is marking the International Day Against Drug Abuse by intensifying awareness campaigns on the dangers of substance abuse. The group is spearheading a high-level engagement aimed at tackling the urgent challenge of drug addiction amongst Nigerian youth. Isaac Jibo reports that the event themed Breaking the Chain, Prevention, Treatment and Recovery for All emphasizes the need for collaborative action while advocating centered on evidence-based strategies to combat the growing menace of drug abuse.
With drug abuse becoming a growing concern among Nigerian youths, the event provided a platform for open dialogue, education, and community mobilization. Young people, health professionals, and civil society groups came together to share insight on the root causes of substance abuse and the barriers of effective treatment and recovery. The chairman of We the Youths, Azunna Chukwu, emphasized the campaign's role in educating youths, preventing drug abuse, and promoting a healthier, responsible, and drug-free generation.
We've actually engaged with lots of youth out there that are engaged in illicit and in drug abuse, and we've rehabilitated quite a lot of them. But the interesting thing really is that we've written to the authorities severally to try to work with them, but I'm sure that this time around they will know that we are the organization to work with, because you have young people helping other young people and to get off the street.
The initiative goes beyond awareness. It's about shaping a culture of responsibility and resilience among the youth.
The theme of this year's event is we would know how to prevent. We should know how to prevent it, to enlighten them, to tell them the bad side of all these things. You understand? And not to judge them, but to also tell them their problem is our problem. We should come together and discuss a way towards abstinence from all these things.
The campaign reinforced needs for multi-sector collaboration, accessible rehabilitation services, and policies that prioritize youth mental health and well-being.
You might see people live their life day to day, but they might actually be struggling with this issue of drug abuse. And the fact that we have days like this that put that issue in the spotlight, I think, is very important, because it communicates to those type of people that they're not alone, and other people are also struggling with these type of vices. And most importantly, there is help available for this particular challenge.
There was a renewed call for collective action, urging stakeholders to invest in youth empowerment, strengthen support systems, and sustain efforts towards a drug-free, healthier future for all. Isaac Jibo, NTA News.
And women who have been knocked down in different areas of life, painfully, especially in marriage, have been charged to rise above the ashes, become everything they dreamed of by becoming agents of change and a voice in the society through healing, therapy sessions, and financial empowerment. This, Enifome Ogunbinu says, is the core mandate of Live Again Foundation as its recent summit in Abuja. Sarafina Okon Umekwe reports.
We've learned how to manage pain, we've learned how to deny pain, we've learned how to ignore pain. But ignoring pain doesn't make the pain go away. The pain now transfers to the next generation. And that's why we have a cycle of negative patterns and abuse.
Denial of economic rights to mental torture, physical and verbal abuse oftentimes leads to that of women in relationships. Therefore, towards ensuring the protection of rights of women to their mental well-being is the very essence of this one-day summit.
I will never advise any woman who is in an abusive home to stay there until she dies. I would rather say women should seek help, and even the men who are abusive should seek help.
Whatever happens, keep speaking. You may start as a whisper, it will get louder. Keep believing in yourself. Don't let those situations, don't let abuse or what somebody did to you define your.
In disrupting the narrative, the convener, Live Again Foundation, urged women, when found in an environment or relationship where they are not valued, told they should be wise enough to live to be alive. Submit to God for total healing and seek advice from counselors for the sake of their sanity.
That we're doing is helping them heal, re-engineer their mindset, and helping them fix what went wrong inside through therapy, through coaching, and through counseling.
Guest speakers, in their turn, unanimously advocated ignoring red flags during courtship is dangerous and urged the women not to devalue themselves before society, but rather speak up and seek help. For women who have been abused or coming out of toxic homes and have less value for themselves, reach Hadebensini Dahosa, whose talk centered on ending generational trauma, noted that creating a new legacy as history can be rewritten through a mindset shift.
And so the idea here is to encourage the women that are here today to recognize it, to recognize the pattern and to disrupt it, and to make a decision that I'm going to create a new legacy and pass something different down to my children.
And it's important because women are such a critical factor in society. When a woman is well, believe me, the community will be well. And so it's important that we're constantly ensuring that women are okay.
Special healing prayer sessions were held for women who have been abused, traumatized, battered, seeking help through legal means and counseling to chart a new future of reinventing themselves and thrive to not just add value to their families but to the society at large.
Having a vision for your marriage will also help you to have a vision for any relationship you're going into, right? So when you have this settled, then you are entering the relationship intentionally.
The event climaxed with financial empowerment to participants so as to give them another chance to live again. In Abuja, Serafina Okon, NTA News.
We now join our sports desk for some sports news.
Super Falcons head coach Justin Magudu has assured that his team will be ready for the opening game of the 13th Africa Cup of Nations finals. The 9-time African champions will be playing against Tunisia's senior women's national team at the Labi Zaoulou Stadium in Casablanca on Sunday, 6 July, before other games against Botswana and Algeria in the group phase. And I believe that by the time we play our first match, we will be ready, Magudu added. And in another development, the International Fencing Federation has expressed its readiness to award Nigeria the hosting rights for more international fencing tournaments after the successful hosting of the 23rd African Fencing Championship in Lagos. The sports held at Charterhouse, Lagos from June 25 to 29 attracted 180 fencers from 18 African nations, with Egypt clinching medals table with 11 gold, 5 silver, and 5 bronze. With sports brief, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
That's the most we can take on the news. Join us again at 7 for more news. Good afternoon.